Kiwawa. Welcome, family, to another Lord African Mind episode. Today we got a treat in the building. I was reading the Egyptian Book of Life. The Europeans call it the Egyptian Book of the Dead. To Minister Black, just showing them how some things and that Kemetic community has been said that's been plagiarized. Also, it says it in the book. But we were looking also, Minister Black. We was looking and listening to Minister Black. Take the thing off the top of that and throw it over. Oh. So we go ask Minister Black a couple of questions to see what kind of good information we get out to good brother. You know, we got Hebrews, we got Christians, we got Moors, we got Muslims, we got people who practice Buddhism, we got pan-Africans, nationalists, socialists, Republicans, the Democrats, New Black Panthers, Old Black Panthers, Nation of Islam. We got all kind of brothers that's black. And so here's just another black brother that's going to give you some of his mind. You know, might be religion, might be politics, could be culture. But let's see what Mr. Black, what does he want the people to know? Hey, Mr. Black.
Yes, sir.
We've been talking about black empowerment. We've been talking about culture, black spirituality. We've been talking about one level, the Christian church is a universal church or the Church of Christ. Another level, we got black churches. And then they got a thing called the Black Church that came up out of Reconstruction, you know, when they had their own agenda. But that's not neither here or there. As a minister, as a person who represents the Bible or the so-called Word of God, or just a brother who might say something to the people, you have went in depth about Peter and Paul. One of them was getting it in the natural, and then somehow one of them had a supernatural charge, which changed the whole program. Mm-hmm. What do you want the people to know, man? Because we've been talking about black power and black unity, and a lot of us want to know. I know some of us want us all to be humans and all get along, and what we have to do to make the whole world come. But some of our brothers and sisters just want to know, what can we do as a community to get along?
Okay, what you have to do.
What the people got to do? What the people got to do?
Yes, what we all have to
do.
Okay,
what we have to do.
It consists of the whole race of mankind.
Okay, but you know, what if the whole race of mankind don't see themselves like you do? The Koreans want to see themselves as Koreans.
Well, they don't.
Okay, so what can we do as African Americans here being left out? Everybody's just is helping themselves,
right?
And ain't nobody helping our baby as the whole right. kind.
Okay.
So we talking about today. What can we do today? Because everybody ain't riding with us.
Okay, well, it's not about everybody riding.
I'm talking about for our babies, man. What can we do for our black babies?
For babies. I'm talking about for animals. I'm talking about for sea life.
No, we talking about today. What can we do for our black babies, man?
Listen, what I'm saying. I'm going to the bottom line. We're talking about life, period.
No, we're talking about black life.
Okay, we're talking about life. In the context here, we're talking about black life.
Okay, cool.
Now, life itself to God is valuable. Okay? Now, we put color, we put race, and all of this on here, and that's how we've been raised. You see what I'm saying? We all been raised in different culture, life experience.
But race is a real thing here, though. People are getting killed because they black.
It is real. Everybody knows that it's real from the top to the bottom. But that's not the issue. The issue is, how do we get our black people, our black babies, our black communities back into a place of respectability? Now, in order for us to get our black community and our people together, we must first go to the source.
Is that the Quran? Is that the Torah? Is that the Bible? Is that what?
The source is God.
Okay, God being the source.
Now, whatever name you want to call him.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that's up to you.
I like that.
But when you get in touch with God, you will come into harmony with everybody else that's in touch with the true and one and living God. You see? And when that happens, when everybody comes together and has a mind to bring about a difference in the midst of our black community and decide to have a commitment to lay their lives down for it, then that's when the change will take place. We saw this in the life of Martin Luther King. We saw this in the life of Malcolm X and other black leaders. It was only then when we saw an opportunity or a light or a glance of glory coming our way into our community is when one had the nerves or the courage to stand up and declare that they were going to lay their lives down for change. Now, when we get another leader or someone rises up that has the willpower and the dedication and the commitment to lay down their lives for this cause, then we will begin to see a light, a ray of glory once again coming from the Heavenly Father. But we don't have no one willing to lay down their lives for this commitment now. So one is blaming this one is blaming that one, the white man, and this and that. Not only is they blaming the white man, but they blame one another. Okay, so
you can't win if you're blaming each other.
You can't win if you blame each other. Okay, now we try to get together and we try to talk amongst ourselves about how to bring the black community together. Then you find out that this one thinks he has all the knowledge, and this one gets jealous because he's doing a lot of talking, and here we go bickering again, amongst ourselves. But yet we came together as black men to bring about an idea or a perception to bring the community together. But when we do that, we find ourselves in different opinions, different ideas, and so therefore we scatter.
Wow. So communication is one of our biggest problems, right?
Well, it's not so much communication, it's the perception that we have for our race. It's the perception of who we see ourselves as. See, when you know who you are, then you're able to make a move in the step to go further. But if you're not really sure who you are, because a lot of us is digging over here, we're digging over there, we're digging into a whole lot of stuff. And so that's one of the things that you told me about the library. Huh?
Yes,
the
sir.
library is where the truth is to be found. But you got to dig through the library to find the truth. Huh?
Teach, brother, teach, brother.
You got to dig through the lies because the truth has been buried.
That's right.
And everybody knows the truth has been buried.
That's what they see in library.
Nobody wants to stand up and take the commitment to dig through. You see what I'm saying? And see, once you find the truth, you got to be willing to lay your life down for it. Ain't no sense in you finding the truth and digging for the truth and getting all these books and knowledge and all this kind of stuff if you're not willing to if you're not being processed in a form of mind that you're willing to lay your life down for it. Because once you find it and you find the truth and you're not willing to lay your life down for it, then fear and intimidation from others is going to cause you to not go forth.
Oh, so you're going to weaver. You're going to drop the baton.
You're going to drop it.
You're going to curve. You're going to get scared.
You're going to drop it. There's a lot of black brothers dropping it right now today that know the truth, but are not willing to lay their lives down. You got brothers that got millions and millions of dollars. We got black brothers and sisters that got enough money, got enough finances to generate the black culture to another generation right now. So and they're always talking about it's the white men. No, we got black scientists, we got black doctors, we got black teachers, we got black stacked on black. And they got millions of dollars.
Millions.
So why are we not coming together to like I was telling you today, how come we can't come together, just start at a school? Just take a community and get one school, get some property, put some buildings up, get some curriculums into there, and start teaching the black children. Just start right there, and let that be a light.
Okay, black community. This is Minister Black. He just mentioned something that everybody's talking about. We're talking about homeschooling. We're talking about community schooling. The public schools, Donald Trump said he's taking money out. Private schools are far out of reach. Charter schools are being regulated by corporations. We're in the trenches. And the Minister Black, he's not pushing no religion on us. He's pushing some common knowledge and common sense on us. If we had other pastors and ministers even imams or rabbis would say the things that this man has the courage to say about it takes us as a community to teach our children. If you tell your children to go to school and get a job, what they gonna do? Go to get a job. You tell these kids to go to school and create a business, they gonna do what? Create businesses. It's just a matter of mindset that you give yourself. A curriculum has nothing to do with the white man. A curriculum has to do with the information that you want your child to grow up and do.
Yes.
If you want your child to have a community of architects to build a new skyline, they go do it. So we're going to go back to Mr. Black and let him finish giving us this skin information.
And I really like the way you said that, my brother, because that's the bottom line to it all. You know what I'm saying? Once we get out of the mind frame of pointing fingers at one another, you know, why this ain't done and why that ain't done, you know, then we can focus on what is necessary.
What's necessary?
What is necessary?
I want to say this last thing, right? Malcolm X is a well-beloved brother. Mm-hmm. But he said something I don't agree with. He said by any means necessary.
Right.
And so some of us thought we can pimp, sell dope, and gangbang.
Right.
I say by the right means necessary. And then there's another thing that we got in the community. Go to school and be anything you want to be. I say go to school and be what's necessary.
Right.
So by the right means necessary, go be what's necessary. Because we can do some foul stuff and we can go get some foul results.
Right.
And you trying to be anything, right, you end up being nothing.
Yeah, you have to be focused. You have to be focused on the purpose and the plan. And this plan and this purpose has to be for a community. You know, not just one individual. It has to be a plan and a purpose for a whole community in order for the light to shine. You know, it's just not going to be just one or two people, you know. And that's what it's always has been, you know, one or two people, you know, shining and giving out information, you know what I'm saying, as much as possible. But, you know, when you bring it into a form of unity and you take hold of a community, then that's when the work begins. Then that's when things begin to turn, you see. Now, you have to be in a state of mind to where you are willing to, I'm going back to, you have to be in a state of mind that you're going to be willing to lay down your life for this, because anytime you start bringing about a change, especially in America, you better be ready to lay your life down. Point blank. That's the bottom line.
Let truth be truth. Let the truth be true.
Okay? Now, so, the thing is just passing down the truth from one generation to another generation. That they would grab hold and grab hold and grab hold. The longer the cord that stays together, the longer we stay together, the stronger we become. So it don't matter what takes place, you know, in the midst of the time. You know, it's just like life itself. You know, as you live, you know, you see people dying. Your relatives, your uncles, your aunties, you know, and you see people born, you know, there's babies. So it's people dying and people coming into the world at the same time. That's the way it is in life, you know what I'm saying? Some don't fall by the wayside. Is it right or is it wrong? It does not matter. What
it does not matter. What's the cause?
The cause is what matters.
Everybody ain't gonna make it, but those who go in this direction, keep going.
Keep going. That's it. Keep going. And it's not about making a name. That's what us black men have internalized in our spirits, is making a name for ourselves. No, it's not about making a name. It's about raising a generation.
Raising a generation.
Whether my name be
our children's
down the line or not.
Forward movement, moving forward.
It's what the progress is going to bring forth.
Black empowerment.
We got to reverence and grab hold to the progress. You know, like we grab hold of Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King gone. Who took his vision? Who grabbed on to continue what he started?
Well, let me ask you this though, not to be caught up on. Say it was a lot of people when Mr. King, Dr. King, Reverend King was murdered, assassinated, passed away, deceased, and it seemed like parts of the government outthought us. They put money in the community, gave people electoral positions and on college campuses and in job corporations in the cities, and made Martin Luther King a poster and we colored it in on that special day, and the next day back to
Right.
deaf, dumb, and blind, just being
Stage one.
okay.
Right back.
Crash dummies.
Right back. Okay, not dummies.
I said,
I
I said crash dummy because they can experiment with us. Instead of keeping focused on the prize, they can throw something in the middle of a room that don't even have no value, and we all run and go see it instead of keep on building what we was building.
Well, see, it's like this. Okay, now if it's a gold bar, you know what I'm saying, in your lap, and you holding the AK, you know what I'm saying? I know that gold is valuable and what it could do for me, but I'm afraid to go after it because you got an AK. You see, which brings in intimidation. You see what I'm saying? And causes me to be paralyzed, where I won't do nothing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna stop thinking that thought.
He went in. He went deep.
That thought out.
He went in deep.
I'm gonna cast that thought out. So it's the same way in life. You know, for the things that are valuable for our children and for our grandchildren, you got to be willing to lay your life down for it. If you're not willing to lay your life down for it, it ain't gonna happen.
So put up or shut up?
Yeah, you gotta put up or shut up. Bottom line. Just like that. You know, Trump made president. May the Lord help him in his endeavor. He made president.
You know they
but listen.
They talking about impeaching him too.
Did you listen to his talk shows as he was making president? He was saying things all crazy, all off the wall. He would say anything that came out of his mouth.
And they still elected him.
And they still elected him. Now, we say we stupid and we crazy.
Right.
Now, these are the Caucasians. Who's stupid and who's crazy?
They ready to impeach you.
Huh?
White people, they hated it. Let me say this. Can I say this though?
Yeah.
They disliked Obama so bad, they said we could put anybody in there.
Right.
Now they got him in there and they feel retarded and crazy because they want him the heck out of there.
They got showed off.
But they did it. They did it because somebody told him that Obama did bad thing. And now they found out what Obama did was actually good because this man is retarded.
See, it's just like the great white hope in boxing.
Okay.
They always was looking for a great white hope to come in. You know, and Muhammad Ali, you know, he just in there clowning.
He shut him down.
You know, and I float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You know, and all these kind of stuff. And he's whooping everybody that's coming in there. You see what I'm saying? Why? Because he believed in himself and he believed in what he was doing. And he was willing to lay his life down. He didn't even go to the army. They called him to go to the army. He refused the government's call to the army. Lock me up.
I'm going to say this about Muhammad Ali because you made a good point, though, because you said about the people also are kid. Muhammad Ali didn't just fight for himself and just because he believed it. He knew he fought because he was fighting for the people. The rest of the black boxers, they were fighting because there was some money involved and they wanted the reputation, like you said, about the reputation. Muhammad Ali knew every victory he had gave a little black boy and a little black girl, an old black man, an old black woman, some pride, some strength, and the ability to make the next move.
Exactly.
He wasn't just doing it like boxing. It was a spiritual thing almost. It was a mental thing. It was a physical thing.
It was a strategy.
And it helped a lot of people.
Strategy. See, when I said he believed in himself, when I say he believed in himself, he believed in his race. He believed in who he was. He knew who he was. See, he went to Africa and stuff like that and did studying on Africans and all of this, you know what I'm saying? And he began to use the talent that he had in order to bring forth the strength of a black man, to show the strength of a black man, mentally, spiritually, and physically. He was showing the whole man in the ring.
The whole man.
The whole man.
I ain't never heard nobody put it like that. Brother Black, Minister Black, thank you. I have never heard anybody tell a black man not to be the spiritual man or the mental man or the physical man, but be the whole man. The whole man. Black man, be the whole man. Protect your wife and children. And black women, support the black man.
That's it.
And black children, honor thy mother and the father, that our race may have long life.
Yes.
Not you, that our race may have long life. And when we say our race have long life, we talking about in front of Chinese, in front of Europeans, in front of Native Americans, in front of Mexicans. Meaning when we honor our mother and father, the world see that and we shine. It's like God comes and put himself inside of us and say, look at my people. Ain't they so beautiful when they humble themselves to themselves? We ain't got to be mean and poisonous to other people.
Come on now.
But we cannot be mean and poisonous to each other.
To each other.
That doesn't work. It doesn't work. So greet your brother with a smile. If you got to protect your wife and kids from another community, okay, but we're not advocating no violence. Only thing we saying, be a man. A whole man.
A whole man.
Not what you think a street nigga is, or a prison nigga is, or a corporate nigga is.
That's right.
But we actually knew, like Muhammad Ali, he went over to Africa. He mingled with the people. He didn't care about them being colonialized, being poor or rich. He seen us over here. He didn't care about us being poor, rich, light or dark. He just treated us as a whole person.
A whole person. Amen.
You got any closing words?
Basically, I spoke my heart, you know, and what I believe, you know, concerning the black community and the people in the black community. And I just want to be a part of something that would come together, that would bring the communities together. Because, like I say, it only takes us to come together and, you know, do the plowing, do the work, do the groundwork, you know. And it don't take but one, like, school or whatever we want to do in the community, you know what I'm saying, gardens or whatever. Just something to bring us together.
I have a question for you. All right. This King Aijalon, Loyal African Minds, talking to Minister Black. I know him as a brother. I've been knowing him for a long time. You know, we do all our stuff. And the thing about us, me and him don't argue. We have reasoning. We laugh when we laugh. You know, we might seem like we heated, but we know we brothers at the end of the day, regardless of what you believe and don't believe. We know we brothers. We know belief is a choice. But us coming out the womb, being black men, and treating each other like we want to be treated is more important than a momentary belief, because beliefs can develop. And that's what he's trying to tell us right now. We went from one mentality of being together to separation, and he's trying to develop us into another mentality of coming together, being in control of our curriculum, meaning what we read and what we think. And you don't have to prove nothing to white people. Prove it to yourselves. Prove it. Black people, let's start proving something to our own self.
Yeah.
Let's prove that we can keep our community clean to our own self. Let's dress the way we need to dress for our own self. We don't have to prove that to no other race. Let's prove it to ourselves. And I bet you everybody will follow us. I bet you if we was the leader of morality and conduct, the whole world will follow us. But I want to ask you this question. Are you willing to, like, once a week or once every week, to do a video of the wisdom that you might have got out the Bible or the dictionary, or from working or from growing up, from you being a man, a whole man, or from what the Holy Spirit gave you, or just from what you see on your daily? Would you be willing to share at least 5 or 6, 7 minutes a week, and to give us some, because we need some elders.
Right.
Okay, and our youngsters, they want to listen to some people, but if you got somebody in the streets in LA and Oakland and Richmond and Frisco and Chicago, and it's my little nigga, this my hitter. He gonna be a young pimp, or he's the young gangster. Instead of somebody giving us the information that you giving, well, we can say this is an elder. He's giving back. He might don't got $1 million to give back, but he got these jewels called knowledge and wisdom that proceeds out of the mouth from the Spirit of God, or from the Spirit of Creator, or the ancestors, or however they need to say it. Something that somebody can hold on to, because I'm pretty sure somebody right now is going to get something out of what you're saying, and it wasn't churchy, it wasn't religious, it came from the Spirit. We understand that the Most High, the Father God, the Mother Goddess, or whatever word they need to say, led you to say something to your people out of sincerity.
Okay, when you look at religion, you see a lot of good moral principles that they have, that they govern themselves by. You know, so I would say is to grab hold to the moral principles that are found, you know, in the religious books and information. You know, find the godly morals and principles that took society to another level in a good way and in a positive way. And let's use those. Let's use those. And then let's let that be the foundation of our culture. And when we do that, like you say, I believe and I know within my spirit that the black community will rise to another level. But once again, I have to remind you over and over and over again, when you begin to do this, be willing to lay down your life for what you are endeavoring to do. Because there's always going to be obstacles. There are always going to be those on the side that will try to tear down what you're trying to build. But any successful person or any successful business will tell you, we grow through trials and tribulations and testings.
So is that also, would you once a week give us your wisdom or excerpt or think about something to say to the people that would maybe encouraging or inspirational once a week or once every other week?
Yes. I would be available for that.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Okay, I want to leave with the last thing, right? One thing, me, King Aijalon, and Subu, Lord African Minds, that I got from Minister Black, he used to always tell me, and I wanted him to say out of his mouth, that no matter what organization or movement or group or theory or religion, the reason things don't work for the African community is because we don't keep the Creator out front. We have to let the Creator or the ancestors or whatever name you need to say lead it. It cannot be just man and his carnal mind trying to get his reputation in my group, my religion, my followers, my people. Could you expand on that? What you taught me since I've been knowing you about it has to be God centered. God has to be in the center of the person.
Yes.
And it don't have to be a religious God, but it has to be the divine God.
Because we have so many examples of it, you know. Every great person, just about, and every person that have done great things. If you did a little history or study it in their background, you will see that they grabbed hold to godly principles, because these principles are eternal.
They don't change?
They don't change.
No matter what color you are, no matter what culture you're in.
No matter what culture, and it doesn't have to do with time.
What if you're on a mountain? Do it change?
No.
If you're at the bottom of the sea?
No. It does not change.
What if you're white?
Because it's
what if you're white?
It don't change.
What if you're black?
It don't change.
Okay. So,
don't change.
So the divine principles remain the same. They have nothing to do with time.
No.
Or place or color.
No.
Okay.
No, they don't.
So let the universe be governed by these divine principles, and let's participate.
So and that right there is the whole key to life itself, is to be governed. To be governed by God Himself, and to have that intimate love. Relationship with God. You know, we know a lot of people talk about God. But you know, and everybody else know, when somebody is truly dedicated to the things of God, because they have moral principles that they live by and that they're willing to die for. God bless you.
God bless you.